Ouch, got my leg stuck. I'm trying to get in a good position where you're not blinded by the light behind me like last time. Anyway, fibro section, bling 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 bling, on chronic pain, how fibromyalgia or any chronic pain affects our family and friends. So that's going to be the topic this week, okay? So I've got my sheet here from the pain clinic, and I have got my experience to share with you as well. So let's go through what the pain clinic says first of all. Now, first they were talking about the fact that the people with chronic pain, their partners are more likely to suffer with depression. And when I first heard that, I thought, sorry, that's my phone. I thought, what is it? What are they talking about? We're the ones that are going through it. We're the ones that should be depressed, not our partners. But then, hang on, let me just alter that a bit. But then I guess our partners are the ones that are living with us, the ones that have to put up with us. Seriously, put up with us moaning, put up with us, you know, with going through all the pain and feel helpless. I know Mark, my husband, he often says that he feels helpless, he feels hopeless, he feels helpless because he can't help me apart from just being there. But sometimes that's enough. So that was quite interesting. Let's have a look. So they say it is not usually a shared experience, chronic pain. It's not something that you go, I would say with me, it's not something I go blaring about. Like, I wouldn't go into a room and say, hi everyone, I've got chronic pain. It's not something I would say unless it came up in conversation. So yeah, I can understand where they're coming from with that. It's difficult to describe and explain. It certainly is. And I know on one of the courses I did with this, they were saying that choosing your words can also make you feel a certain way. So say like, if for example you're saying, oh, this pain is killing me. The word killing, well, it's not killing you, is it? You're not dying from chronic pain, but that's how it feels. So that's how you describe it. But because you've said the word killing me, it almost makes your body feel like it's worse, if you see what I mean. So I tried desperately not to use words like stabbing or cutting me with a knife or killing or things like that after this course, because I'm more aware of what I'm saying. I still do say it sometimes, and then I think, oh, I shouldn't have said that. But I'm only human, hey? Affects the sufferer and close others. It says about depression rates are 2.5 times greater than average in partners. Obviously, the people with chronic pain have a very much higher risk of depression too, but we're talking about family and friends at the moment. Is threatening to family group dynamics. So that's the first thing they went on to say. The person with pain and their family and friends may each feel frustrated, angry, depressed, anxious about the way pain has altered his or her role, feel unable to understand, feel upset about perceived attitudes, actions or reactions, and find it difficult to ask for help or discuss fear of consequences, resentment and guilt. What I'm going to say with these ones, so let's go through a few of these. So this is family and friends, includes partners, husbands, wives, whatever. So feels frustrated. I would say that's, again, both sides. Obviously we're frustrated, we're the ones with the chronic pain. But for them, our friends and family are frustrated because there's nothing they can do to help us. Apart from, like I say with Mark, just being there. So that is frustrating because I know, like myself, when the girls are unwell or if they're hurt, I want to take that pain away from them. I want to take that illness away from them, and I can't, and I just feel helpless. So frustrated, angry, because why has this happened, you know? So they're going through a lot of the same emotions that we go through with chronic pain. Depressed, we've talked about, anxious about the way pain has altered his or her role. So they could be worried about money financially, because I had to give up my job. So obviously that impacted greatly on our finances. And one of the reasons we are moving is to try and cut down on our mortgage to help with money. I am lucky that I get PIP, but how long that's going to last, I don't know. So yeah, that is a worry. Unable to understand. Now this one is a classic. So I've had a lot of people say their friends and family, partners, husbands, wives, they don't understand. I'm not being funny, but they're not going to understand completely, because the only person that understands your pain is you. You are the one that's suffering it. Even other chronic pain sufferers, they can empathise because they know what it's like to have horrendous pain, but they haven't got your pain. So the only person that understands that is you. But understanding fibromyalgia, that's something different. So what I have done, which I said I think last week's fibro section, I have printed off information about fibro. And where I found that is on Google. So I've literally Googled it, Google fibromyalgia, and then I've clicked on images, and all these different things come up about fibro. So I pick a few off of there. I might put them on my social media, like my Facebook, my Instagram, or my Twitter. Not necessarily my Twitter, because I haven't got friends and family on there really. It's just my Twitter account is mainly for other spoonies. That's a technical term for fibro and chronic pain sufferers. So, not a technical term, it's a slang term, spoonies. So yeah, I might put something on there, or I might send them something. I know when I first got ill, once I had got my head around it a little bit, my family, my close family, were finding it quite hard to understand. They were like, well, why can't she work? What's the matter with her? Why isn't she going to get better? What is it about? So I printed off things about fibromyalgia and I gave them to all of them to read. And I think that really helped. So I think education in this is a key. Friends, obviously I haven't really handed them anything on it as such, but they may have done their own research. You do find out who your true friends are. I have lost friends through getting ill, but in my eyes they're shallow friends, because they obviously didn't want to be with me because I'm ill and I don't need them in my life. So the friends I have now, I'm not going to name names because then people say, why didn't you name me? So the friends that I have now that are close to me, I know they understand as much as they possibly can. They would do anything for me, and they're very willing to learn more if I want them to. I know Tan especially says to me, oh, I don't like to ask how you are because, you know, you might get fed up with it. Which you do, sometimes you do, you know, you get fed up with saying, oh, how are you? Because you just think, oh God, that makes it sound like I'm always ill, which I am, but I don't want that to be the forefront of our conversation all the time. So I know that she doesn't usually ask, so I will. That's why if I got anything, or if anything's going really badly wrong, or, you know, pain wise, I usually just tell her myself. So that's brilliant. But it's not everyone's going to know that you don't want to be continually asked how you are, or continuously told you look well. That's my worst saying. If someone says to me, oh, you're looking really well. Because, yes, I've got makeup on. And sometimes I don't look too bad without makeup either. That's why it's called an invisible illness. Yeah. So, anyway, but that's what I'm saying. People they're not all aware of fibro. When I was having my nails done today, there was a lady there, and I was filming the time lapse of my nails, and she was like, oh, what's she doing? And I said, oh, it's a channel for provide awareness of fibromyalgia. And she was like, what's fibromyalgia? So not everyone's heard of it. I think it is becoming a bit more commonly known, with Lady Gaga and people like that putting it into the social, showing people that this is what's happening. Because on here, I read the other day, 1 in 3 people suffer with chronic pain. 1 in 3. That is ridiculous. And any chronic pain over 3 months is fibromyalgia. That's what I've been told at the pain clinic. So if you have chronic pain for longer than 3 months, it's fibromyalgia. So you imagine there's quite a lot of people with it, because it's in today's society where we're busy, there's lots going on, and you just, and then things go wrong, you get ill, you get infections, and then it comes out. So I think going back to the friends and family side, it's just education. Now, I appreciate not everybody wants to be educated on it, and I've seen some of my on Twitter, it said like, their husband or their partner doesn't understand, they don't want to know. In my eyes, if you're with someone like that, why are you with them? Because I can't say enough how Mark is brilliant. He is my absolute rock. And if I've got, like at the moment with my back pain and my hip pain, and I text Mark and say, oh, I'm really suffering today with my hip and back. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that, it's a phone call. So yeah, as I was saying, Mark is my rock. I tell him everything. He texts me back and he'll say, I'm thinking of you, I love you, I feel helpless, or he'll tell me to sit down or take painkillers, just remind me how to deal with it sometimes. And that makes all the difference in the world. If I was with someone who didn't want to know or wasn't bothered about getting educated with it, I wouldn't want to be with them. I've got to deal with this for the rest of my life. I need people around me who are going to support and love me and care for me, as well as me them. I don't want people that are going to give me negativity. Why would you want that? I don't get it. But obviously everyone's different. So some people might think that they just want to stay with that person because they love them, but they can't work out how to get through to them. I don't know. I really don't know on that one, because like I say, I only want to be around people that want to know and want to help me. And there has been a couple of family members that haven't really been that bothered about finding out, but when they've read into it, and they have read it, they've been like, oh, okay, I didn't realise that. So it's about like leaving little things around just for them to see, and to notice. So maybe that would help. There's one really good one that I found, I wanted to share with you. Sorry, Angela's messaging me. It's on fibromyalgia and chronic pain. That was on a Google search on fibro, okay? I'll read it to you because you won't see it on there. So it says, it's like the aches and exhaustion you get with the flu, like how you feel after an intense workout, and like you were hit by a car. No one truly knows what causes it or how to fix it. The slew of symptoms that fibro sufferers face daily culminate in miseries that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. Yet, It is an unseen sickness, which means that bosses, friends, and sometimes even family do not walk in full understanding of it. If people could place themselves in the shoes of a fibro sufferer for only a few hours, they would walk in a gentleness and compassion that is so desperately needed to make the pain and fatigue less despairing all the time. So I thought that was a really good article. So like I say, if you just Google it and images, you'll find that, and just print it off and leave it about, or upload it to your social media. And that's what I do, and I just educate people. I'm not looking for sympathy, I'm looking for people to understand a little bit. Like I say, no one's going to understand except for you, because it's your pain, but it's just educating them a little bit. So we've gone on to unable to understand, feel upset about perceived attitudes, actions and reactions. Yeah, we're not, I mean, when you're in pain all the time, when you feel like crap all the time, you're not going to be always happy and laughing and joking. I like to think I am most of the time, because I'm quite a happy, bubbly person. But if, you know, I've had a really bad day or a really bad flare up, yeah, I get really down over it. Or if I'm feeling so tired and in pain, and I've still got to cook the dinner because Mark's not home and the girls are busy and doing whatever, I mean, they will help, but then that does make me angry, and I am going to get angry, but that's nothing unusual. And like my counsellor said to me, as long as you explain, look, like afterwards, or say, look, why I was like that was because I'm sorry, you know, it's not you, it's because of this, then it's fine. And I've done that quite a few times with the girls. I've sort of said, look, you know, I was like that because, and I just think it's explaining yourself, really. Find it difficult to ask for help or discuss. Yeah, fear of consequences, resentment and guilt. It is hard. That's down, that would be at the very beginning, I reckon. That's the denial stage, like I was talking about last week. If you haven't watched that one, I'll link it above. But the denial stage comes with guilt, and I think grieving comes with guilt, because, and also, you know, the fear of consequences. What's going to happen to me? I don't know what's going to happen. If, you know, what are they going to do? So there, that all comes with the first stages. I wouldn't say that so much now. Obviously there's some things like that aren't really my fibro, like my back and my hip. They're separate issues that I worry about, but like I said in the other vlog, what's the good of worrying? So it says communication is key, just exactly what I've just said. Perceptions and assumptions of the other person's thoughts and feelings are often wrong. Verbal and non-verbal communication can be powerful. Over-solicitous behaviour and disregarding behaviour are equally harmful. Allowing time for discussion and voicing concerns, asking questions is valuable. Now that's a really good one, because when I was on the course, they said, how many people here ask their partners how they feel about the whole situation? Have you ever said, how do you feel about me having fibromyalgia? How are you coping? How are you doing? No one's done that, because you're so wrapped up in, you know, trying to sort yourself out, that you forget to ask how they are. And, you know, that is really important. It's like, just go out for a meal, cup of tea, or even at home, just sit and say, how are you doing with it? Is there anything you need to know? Is there anything that I can help you with? And just, you know, reiterate that you're still there for them. It's not just you're taking all their love and affection, you also giving it. So that's a really important one. Empathy, support and encouragement to complete tasks. That's always, Mark's always saying how well I do, how he always texts me and says how he's so proud of me and what I'm doing. and then if I like say I've done too much, and he'll be like, you'll never learn, which is true. Plus providing an agreed level of help, shared positive experiences. Yeah, so that's also another one. So like if we go out and we take my wheelchair most places, and Mark will say, do you want to sit in it yet? And I'm like, no, I'm alright, I'm just going to walk. And like when, for example, when we went to Windsor and Legoland, and that was a classic time where I pushed myself way too hard and paid for it. And he was like, do you want to go in the wheelchair? No, I'm fine. So it's talking to each other and saying, actually, because like the next day at Legoland, I said to him, I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to sit in the wheelchair more than I did yesterday. And it was a bit too late anyway. I was having a bit of a flare up because of the day before. But it's communicating so that he knows, okay, I won't keep asking if she wants to go in the wheelchair. I'll wait for her to tell me. But then sometimes I need him to say, right, you've got to sit in this wheelchair now, because I'm stubborn as hell and I won't sit in it. So yeah. Anything else we want to discuss about friends and family and creating awareness? Like I say, friendships, I know who my true friends are. I know if I want to go out with my friends and I have to cancel, they're not going to have a problem with that. We'll just rearrange it. I know if I'm out and I get ill, I can go home. So I feel very confident with the friends I've got now. And some of my friends have only ever known me ill, so they haven't known me before. But yeah, it is really important to find out who your true friends are, and the true friends you have, hold on to them, definitely. I think that's all I've got to say on friends and family this week. If you've got any other tips or advice, or if you've got any questions for me, comment down below. Hit the thumbs up so that I know that you liked my video, and subscribe if you're not done already. Share to your social media pages. I know a couple of you did for me last time. Twitter, most people are sharing for me. Irene shared for me on Facebook. It does really help to spread the awareness, because all I'm doing is trying to help people. That's the reason I do this channel. It's not for me, it's not for my benefit. I already know all this stuff. It's just so that I can share it with you. And like I say, you might not agree with everything I say, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion, but I'm just trying to help people. So next Wednesday you will get another fibro section, and I hope that you have a nice rest of the week, and I'll catch you on Saturday.